guys, it's Tori. Welcome to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Sit back and relax, grab a coffee or a tea, because in today's video I'm going to touch base on a lot of great information for sublimating and be as thorough as I can. So I'll leave chapters in the descriptions below for those of you who may want to skip ahead and see a particular chapter. First topic, I will be sublimating with Celldale DTF transfer powder and DTF film transfer. I'm going to be using these two DTF products on a dark colored t-shirt, 100% cotton. I know a lot of research says that when using DTF products, they recommend you using it with DTF ink, but with Celldale, you can also use it with Sublimation ink. And that is exactly what I'm going to do in today's project. So just to clarify, I will be sublimating with a 100% cotton dark t-shirt using DTF transfer powder and DTF transfer film using my Epson sublimation printer with Sublimation ink. Celldale was nice enough to send me some free samples. I am going to use this 13 by 19 premium DTF transfer film sheet, and I'm going to be using it with their Celldale DTF transfer powder. So let's get started. To Cricut Design Space and select New Project. And I'm going to use their template. So we're going to select Template. And over in the search field, we're going to type in shirt. And I'm going to select that shirt. And you can change the type here to men or women's. And then you can change the size as well. I'm going to upload the image. And you can grab it in the corner here. And then just kind of move it inwards to make it smaller. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use this dimensions, and we are going to hit make it, and we need to mirror the image, and then hit continue, send to printer, and I'm going to change my printer to my Epson Sublimation printer, which I converted. If you're interested in doing that as well, I'll leave the link below. I'm going to leave the bleed on, and then I'm going to turn on the use system dialog, and then hit print to change it to the Epson again right here. Then click on preference, change the document size to a legal size. And the most important thing is to make sure that your paper type is the paper type that you need, and it is a premium good quality, and also make sure that your quality is high. So both of those are selected. Next, I'm going to select more option and just double check, make sure your high speed is off, and if your mirror image is on, then turn it off, because remember, we are mirroring it in Cricut Design Space. And then I'm going to select advanced, and if you are using an Epson, I just like to change the color mode and the gamma to the best quality, and then just set your controls at what you think is good for you. So next, we're going to go ahead and select OK, and print. Okay, so this is the Celldale Premium Transfer Film Sheets, and when you receive it, no matter what size you purchase, it will tell you which side is the print side. Can you see that? Let me make sure. It says print side. So when you open it, you want to make sure that you open it knowing which side is the print side, and don't move it. You want to make sure that you keep it that way. So let's go ahead and open it. Now I took this sheet out just as it were, if it were to lay inside the package. It came out just like this, so we know this side is the print side. The project that I'm going to do today needs an 8.5 by 11. So what we're going to do is just cut this, and this is what I like about having a larger sheet, is You can use it for many different projects. You can, if I had a project that was this big, smaller, it doesn't matter. You can cut it to size and you can just put the rest back. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my desired size. Okay. And then I'm going to take this, before I forget which direction it goes, and place it right back in the package. Okay, so I am going to place this in my Epson, and I have not had any problems whatsoever with placing this into my feeder and it taking it by itself. But I have seen other videos where some people may have trouble with that. If that's your case, what you would do is just take a piece of paper and you would take it and you could just tape this section here to there. You know what I would do is tape it in the corners, like one here and one there, and just fold it over. But I'm not going to do that because I haven't had any problems. So this is the print side that's facing up. So when I place it in my Epson, the way mine works is this part is going to be upwards. So let me go ahead and show you how I'm doing that. Okay, so this is my Epson. The side that you see right there is the print side, and that's how my printer works. As far as when this goes in, it's going to print on there and then come out. So let's go ahead, go back to Cricut Design Space and send it to the printer. Okay, so I'm using a box, and I put a sheet of parchment paper inside. You don't want to touch the transfer film because the ink is wet and you don't want to smear it, so definitely don't touch it. Now what we're going to do is take the DTF powder, which is this, and I put a little scoop in there. It does not come with a scoop, but you could use like a plastic spoon or something. You want to cover all those areas. And preferably you want to do this is immediately after it comes off the printer, because the ink is wet and you want to have this powder, you know, get onto the ink and it helps it stay. So we're trying to cover all of it. Okay, so that's good. And you also want to be in a ventilated area and that sort. So anyway, what I'm going to do is grab this, and you just want to go back and forth and just make sure that that DTF transfer powder is thoroughly stuck onto the image. I know I've watched other videos too, and it was confusing, like when they were doing it, because it was like, okay, well, what side of the sheet are they on? I've seen some do it on the opposite side, some do it on this side. It was just really confusing to me. So I am trying to make this as easy and thorough as possible. Okay, so this looks good. As you can see that this has, it almost looks like it has like a texture on it, and you know that that powder is on it, okay? And this came off the printer just like this, and this is the side where if I were to touch it, it would smear the ink. Okay, all of this that we just used goes back into the package. So this is reusable. So I'm going to put this in here. I don't want this to tip over. Okay. And I'm just going to pull this up and just kind of put it back in there. Okay. And you want to keep this in a cool place, not the refrigerator when I say cool, just not a place that is hot. And then I'm going to place this back in my little Ziploc bag. I'm placing this back in here, and I'm just going to cut off the part that you would, you know, typically use on the Cricut. And again, just make sure you don't touch anything. All right, and we are going to go to the next step. The next step is getting a piece of parchment paper, and I'm going to place this on the parchment paper. And again, just to be consistent, this is the part that we just sprinkled with the DTF powder, and that is, I'm placing it down this side, okay? So that part is facing up. Next, I'm going to use a painter's tape and tape this to the parchment paper so it doesn't move. The reason I'm doing this is I am going to use a heat gun to go ahead and activate it, because I tried using my Cricut and it was really time consuming. I had to place the Cricut. What I did was I took a pan, a sheet pan, and then I took out the rack from the oven, and I placed parchment paper onto the pan, placed this image on top, and then I took the baker's rack and laid it on top, and then I placed the Cricut on top. And I did that at 400 degrees for 15 minutes, and it really did not even put a dent into activating it. And so this I found worked wonderfully. So that is what we're going to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just kind of go back and forth. And what you can do is just kind of start like in an area. I don't know, maybe you want to just work on these two first. Okay, so I'm not placing it fully on it. I am just, you know, going back and forth, because you don't want it to touch at all. And you don't want to just have it heat in one place. You want to keep it moving. Can you tell the difference between these? It's more vibrant now, and you know that it was activated. And I'm going to continue and do the rest, and then I'm going to go back over it and do touch-up. I was so happy that this worked, because I don't have a heat press, and using the Cricut that way, where I had to like heat for 15 minutes and it hardly did anything, that didn't work. That's not enjoyable for me. I want it quick and easy and get it done and move on. So that should be my motto for my channel. Quick and easy and get it done. But you see how vibrant the color is? You also want to move it around a lot, because you don't want that transfer film to like curl up. But mine curled up a little bit and it was still fine, because when I used the Cricut press to, you know, place it onto the t-shirt, and it flattened it and it was fine. I think that's pretty good. Next step is I preheated my Cricut Press Easy, or Cricut Easy Press 3 to 375, and the directions say 330, but with me playing around and doing different shirts, I noticed 375 worked for me. What I'm going to do is place a kitchen towel down onto the counter, and then I'm going to get the t-shirt. And I do have a Cricut mat, but from everything that I have seen, it is better to do this on a hard surface instead of it having that cushion. The next important part is preheating. I am at 375, and I'm just going to kind of just do the area here. This is like one of the most important parts, because when you're heating it, you're taking the moisture out, and that's, I guess, helps the sublimation ink stick to that area better. Okay, so I'm going to place it right here. Now I'm going to take the parchment paper and place this over it. And then we are going to use the Cricut press at 375 for 20 seconds, and you're going to do it firmly. And I'm going to do it in sections so I know that I get all of it. And let me go ahead and hit the 20. You do not want to go back and forth at all. You want to push firmly down, and that's it. Don't move it back and forth. Okay, now I'm going to pick it up and do this half. Same thing. Do not go back and forth on it. You just want to give it firm pressure and be on a hard surface. Make sure you have parchment paper so it doesn't damage your iron that you're using. I'm going to just kind of go over here and get the corners to make sure I got everything. This corner, and I'm going to do this corner and this corner. I want to make sure that I got everything. And again, 375, 20 seconds, firm pressure. Make sure to use parchment paper. Don't push it back and forth. Now, when I've tried this, I've done it where you can pull it right off when it's warm, and I have not had very good luck with it, but supposedly you can do that. I've had better luck using it as a cold peel. Okay, last side. So once this is done, I'm going to let it cool before we take that transfer tape, or before we take the transfer film off. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so I am going to just take it and just kind of, help it get some air, cool down a little bit. And I'm going to take the paper out from the inside. And it cools pretty quickly. And what I saw is instead of pulling, you should roll it softly and kind of pull your shirt the opposite way. I'm not sure if I can do that with, okay, so here, you just kind of roll it and you're pulling this shirt the opposite way. Let me see. So what do you guys think? I think it turned out really nice, and I love the colors. And Celldale also was nice enough to offer you guys a discount if you're interested in buying this product as well. I will leave the promo code below in the descriptions along with the link. I'm not sure what the discount is. Typically it's 10%, but I will list it below. And comment below. Let me know if this is something that you guys see yourself making. Let me know if you have any questions. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.